college you learn perhaps a trade of some sort. Here you learn all about life, why one is alive. People out there may be running around having a good time and so on, but deep down, ultimately, sooner or later, they're going to run out of good times. And that's when you turn to other forms of entertainment, whatever that may be, drugs and so on. We know what the score is out there. If a person has a good set of values, he has purpose in life, there's a future, family ultimately, and so on. Of course, the purpose is not to stay in this school or college, as you call it, but to take what you can from here and to go out there and to live a life like a decent human being. Of course, the best decent human being is a good Jew. A good Jew is a good American citizen. And this is what a yeshiva life offers.
What do you say? This is, huh? It's like amazing. The truth is, nature is amazing. That's the fact. Why? Now, I'm not talking spiritual now. Pasha Begashmius, why is it amazing? Because this is untouched. Who put this here? Nobody planted it here. They used to put it here himself. It's without going, you know, any further than that. Just pashtas. No, here we are. In God's world. This is the real physical world as was created by God himself. Take a look. I mean, where did all this come from? I didn't put it here, neither did you. No tailor made this. Let's go right there. So this is natural. God made, period.
We can see godliness in the nature that a businessman actually sees godliness more than a scholar.
You know, the Chassidim years ago, I mean, talking the real Chassidim, the times of the Baal Shem Tov, this is what they would do. The Baal Shem Tov himself, what did he do? He used to go out into the woods, and Farbrengen, as we call it, means live nature. Because in this world you can learn a lot.
It's very difficult to explain to someone what something tastes like. You actually have to taste it yourself. Why should someone want to sit in college and break his head learning all about math? What for? You can go out there and just punch in a computer and let the computer think for him. Why should he think? In yeshiva, first of all, you learn how to think. Although in colleges they also use their heads. But there's nothing like learning in yeshiva in terms of thinking, mastering the brain. And of course, that's where it's at. If you're talking about a person with a solid emotional stability, first and foremost is a solid, stable head. And that's what one gets when he learns Torah, Gemara specifically. Of course, Chossid, the spiritual meaning behind what we're doing, philosophy of Chabad and so on. In general, it just makes a person a better person. There are people out there that go to work day in and day out, and they're sick and tired of what they're doing. And why should they do it? They're married to the same person for so many years, and they get sick and tired of that too. So why keep it up? We're living in a new age. It's called the disposable age. Disposable dishes, disposable watches, Used to be when you had a watch and it broke, what did you do? You went to a watchmaker and you fixed it. Today, for $10, you get a computerized watch with a calculator. Disposable wife. You don't like it, you got sick of her? Get another one. This is where society is heading, as we can see. The rate of divorce is phenomenal, skyrocketing. But again, with a good set of values, a good emotional stability, based on a good, solid head, which for a Jew, the only answer is the God-given prescription, which is learning Torah.
He never lost it. And that's the idea.
Can I ask you a simple question? You keep on referring to him as the owner. How do you know he's the owner? How do you know who's the owner? Some guy comes along and says, hey, that's my painting. Who are you? I never saw you before in my life. How do you know it's his painting?
So we would have to have witnesses. We have to have people who've obviously seen that he's had the painting in his house.
We were saying earlier, don't worry, I'm going to pay you.
What do you mean by that?
That's not what he's telling him. That's not what he's telling him. Don't worry, I'm going to pay you. The law is, he knows the law. The law is, I accuse you of having stolen goods. This is mine. There's a rule in halacha and Torah. Nothing is done based on hearsay. We need solid evidence, testimony, proof. And not only that, we don't believe you. See, today we went in a court. You get up there, you're the defendant, you say, I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. Why? If you're a defendant, you're accused. That's it. You can't defend yourself. Someone else, a total stranger who has nothing to lose and nothing to gain from this whole court case, he can testify for you on your behalf.
Judaism, at least in my opinion, is not a religion. Judaism is a way of life. If you want to experience a way of life, you don't go to the library, not even to the movies. You have to come to where it's at. You come to the yeshiva, it's not only to learn, it's not the learning experience. It's the yeshiva experience. Yeshiva, just the name itself tells you something about it. Yeshiva is where you dwell, you live here. It's not a school, nor is it a college. It's a yeshiva. Of course, it's called the rabbinical college. It's a yeshiva. A yeshiva is where you experience life as a Jew, what it means to be a Jew. And it's not just as an observer. You're an active participant. And that's the first-hand experience is the best way to learn. You want to know what it's about, come and taste it. That's what we would encourage anyone. You want to find out about yourself, about your religion, who you are, what does it mean to be a Jew? Why should I be Jewish or religious, learn or whatever? Taste it. Find out. You've tried everything else. Come here, see what this is like, and then you can decide for yourself if this is for you or not. The neshama, as we call it, the soul, whatever that may be in scientific terms. Of course, there's always this inner struggle of who am I and what do I know? In this yeshiva, you can bridge that gap. Who am I and what I know must work hand in hand. Yeshiva, which teaches you Torah, which is the way of life for a Jew, incorporates every aspect of life. That discusses the scientific world, nature. It works within nature, within the system. Torah does not go away, escape reality. Yeshiva is not, as some people think, an escape. If you want to escape reality, you go to a yeshiva and you lock yourself up in the books, and that's it. On the contrary, the objective is to incorporate the religion, the spirituality, the godliness, which is within every Jew, whether he likes it or not. It's there, the flame is there, and it's going to eat away at you one way or another. It's going to surface, it's going to ignite. The question is, will you be able to handle it? Because yourself is something you're going to have to live with the rest of your life. What are you going to do with that? So I guess you come to yeshiva to really learn about yourself and how you fit into this world of science, math, or whatever, medicine, whatever world you're into. It brings it all together and makes you a wholesome person.
Okay, what says meditating on life? First, you can meditate on What's life all about? And this is a good place to do it, you know? But more so, it's to meditate on what life used to be like, what your grandfather looked like, what he lived like. You just imagine, you know, you look around. Okay, this is a scene in the old country, okay? What did the city look like? This is what Rabbi is saying. This is what you imagine. What did they live like? What kind of luxuries did they have? What did he look like? You imagine your father, your grandfather. You know, a student comes to the yeshiva. It's happened many times. I'm sure you saw it yourself. Bacher comes to the yeshiva. You know, he's not religious. His father wasn't religious. I say, no. But the truth is, look back a little. You have a picture of your grandfather, great-grandfather. Lamazen. Happened many times before. Guy gets a picture. He goes crazy. He comes in with this picture of his great-grandfather. It's a family picture. A guy with a big beard, with a black cat. He says, "This is my grandfather." That's super. So it's to look back, to meditate on, to picture. You know, if you have an actual picture, that's great. If you don't have the actual picture, it's up here. What was it like in the old country?
The Jewish nation is not just me here today, but we're all connected. It's one cycle, it's one entity from the beginning of time until today, till Mashiach comes.
There is an old game. Nowadays they don't play it anymore. They do, but in different ways. In different ways. It's called hide and go seek. You ever play hide and go seek? Now it's played a little different. What's the name of the game? The way it used to be. Father. I remember it as a child, you know, but nowadays it's not done. In some ways maybe it is. Father hides. This is the way it goes. The father hides, okay, and the kids go looking for him. Just imagine yourself as a little, you know, little twerp there, you know, 3 years old, you know, you play with your kid, you'll see, you know, play with a kid, you know, and they'll say, wow, such a simcha, he saw you, right? So the father hides, and then the little kids go looking for him. And when they find him, it's such a simcha, it is. I found him. Just imagine, you know, go back a little bit in, you know, memory. It's a great feeling. What would happen if all of a sudden, playing this nice game, you know, father is hiding under his, whatever, under his bed, and the kids are looking, you know, and all of a sudden the kid sees, hey, look what I found. Finds a lollipop. Or he found a nice toy. He sits down with his toy, gets carried away. Forget Papa. What does he feel like now? What does he feel like? Must feel great, huh? Lying under the bed, feeling like a you-know-what. And then nobody's looking for him. That's the worst. Okay, who invented this game? The Almighty. Okay, that's what this is all about. It's hide and go seek. He's everywhere. He's hidden everywhere. Of course we don't see it. If we would see it, it would be obvious. What would be the whole purpose of serving God? You know? What does it mean, serve God? You have to find him. Find him in yourself, find him in nature, find him through your Torah and mitzvahs, of course, through your good deeds, through learning, and so on and so on. So the job is to find. That's what we're here for.